what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
Well, thank you very much. We're here,
I guess.
And we're not deer.
What?
You heard me.
So sticky.
Well, you don't come back from that and say you're sticky. There's Oh, I had the paper towel somewhere. It's by the massage oil.
That's weird.
I know.
That's not a way to start a show.
You started it with sticky.
Because it's actually sticky.
And I said, we're here. Yeah,
here,
but
feel this.
They don't know why you're sticky.
No, just feel it.
It's from alcohol.
Well, I don't know that the alcohol's the sticky.
Somehow you think you're Jack Daniels because you're distilling everything.
No, I am not. Hey.
What? Oh, sorry.
I am not distilling a damn thing. Okay? And when the feds show up, I'm going to tell them you're distilling things.
I'm not distilling anything. I'm growing stuff.
Look, I'm not, I have never distilled something intentionally in my life. Now, what I've
go into your bathroom.
I've been doing,
go into your bathroom in the corner there. There's all kinds of stuff growing.
What I've been doing,
yes,
is making fuel.
Alternate fuel
for my vehicles.
Didn't you get a big grant, Obama grant?
Which actually I think is legal.
$100 billion?
By federal law, which is weird, right? So you can make moonshine, you just can't drink it. But you can put it in your car.
Put it in your lawnmower, your snowblower.
Uh-huh.
Snowblower in the Midwest. It's kind of cold up
there.
But
I actually am not doing that.
No, not at all.
Not distilling anything.
No, nothing. Fermenting, on the other hand.
There's stuff fermenting all over the place.
Oh, today's Thursday, cold January 30th. 2014. We're in the back room of the I Don't Need No Stinkin' Congress bar and studio. What country, Nate?
Uganda.
Oh,
Uganda. Okay, you're offending our Ugandan segment of the audience.
Ooh,
so if
I'm
you
sorry.
could stop.
Sorry, Yaka.
I, on the other hand, am enjoying a traditional African beverage.
They call it African beer. I had a sip of it. It tastes like banana syrup. There is no beer anything to it. They can call it beer all they want. Just like some people call eggs and bananas a pancake. I don't know.
It is a pancake. Look at it.
Come on. Omelet.
Come on. Did you look at the picture?
It's a banana omelet.
Food.com calls it a pancake.
It's not a pancake.
Food.com.
Pancakes actually involve something that's cake-like, not omelet-like. There you go.
I think you're wrong.
We are a live call-in talk show. You can call us at 248-455-ODDS. I'll try to get it right this time.
Yeah.
248-5... No, I screwed it up already. 248-455-6337.
You know, the people that don't know you very well, they think that it's a running gag for you to screw that phone
number. And that's how I play it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm actually that dumb.
That's actually not the case. You are trying as hard as you can every single week.
Put me in, coach. I don't smoke. I try hard.
You know, and
it's the best I can do.
That's all that counts. That's all we can ask for.
And that's
you
what's
to try your best.
So very, very sad about it all.
All right.
Hey, there was some kind of speech going on last night.
Really?
Was there last night? When was it?
It was several nights ago, I think.
Was it?
I don't know.
Weeks ago.
I don't know. Yeah,
I kind of dozed off.
It was the other day, but not last night.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday. Yeah, and you really want to talk about it, and you want to start with it right away.
I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the dogs out in the streets of outside the studio where we're at in Uganda.
There are some nice dogs out there. They try to eat all my bananas.
The dogs do?
Mm-hmm.
Or they try to eat the dogs?
No. The bananas eat dogs, but the dogs eat my bananas.
I've never seen a banana eating dog.
No. You've never been to Uganda.
Well, yeah, I'm here right now.
Yep. So Obama gave his sixth.
I'll give him the fifth.
Sixth State of the Union address this week. And what it was absolutely nothing new. Nothing new at all. Okay, you're counting. It's 6, right?
2009, 10, 11,
Oh, no, 5.
12,
5.
13, 14, 6, isn't it?
6?
Did he give one? He doesn't give him one his first year, does he? Or when he's first elected? I don't think he does.
I wouldn't think so, but this
2009,
one...
January, he came into office.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
He's had a few.
Too many. Way too many. But the more he's had, the closer we're getting to the end of his constitutional term in office, and we start his dictatorship officially.
And the farther we get away from a republic to a dictatorship.
Which is really what he outlined in this speech. The entire speech was the same old things: immigration, minimum wage, gun control, except this time he's being upfront about being a dictator, thinking he's not restricted by the Constitution at all. Article 1, Section 1, who cares about that? Legislative power to Congress? Meh, whatever. I'll just, whatever I want to do.
I'll use my pen and my phone to do what I have to do.
Pen and phone. And in fact,
and I'll raise my middle finger to Congress.
You showed me this video Ted Cruz put out.
Oh, he's got an ad.
Ted Cruz. I don't know if it's Ted Cruz, but
yeah, Ted Cruz.
Let's play that real quick.
We are not just going to be waiting for legislation. I've got a pen and I've got a phone. I can use that pen to sign executive orders.
This president has a promiscuous attitude toward his constitutional responsibilities.
Well, he's not applying the ACA and he's not applying immigration laws.
We can't wait for Congress to solve it.
Basically saying, I can ignore immigration law at will.
The Obama administration changing the rules on Obamacare yet again.
Where I can act on my own without Congress, I'm going to do so.
Avoiding congressional approval, doing the appointments while Congress was out of town or not in session.
Unconstitutional use of executive power.
President Obama's gone too far when it comes to ignoring laws he doesn't like or simply changing them without ever consulting Congress.
Lawless and abusive. Is there an outbreak of lawlessness in Washington, D.C.?
I'll act on my own.
The most dangerous thing for the liberty of the people is for power to be concentrated in one place where it can be directed against the people. And the president of the Obama administration, they don't hesitate at all. They just keep disregarding the law.
This administration, this president, this Justice Department, so consistently disregarding the Constitution, disregarding the law.
This administration has decided to engage in selective enforcement. The Constitution matters, and no president, no man is above the law.
All right, and what Ted Cruz said there, the first thing he said in that clip about the most dangerous thing is for the power in the government to be concentrated in one area. That's the exact reason for the first 3 articles of the Constitution, to lay out 3 separate but equal branches of government. So the power wasn't centralized in any one of them. Each one is equally powerful. They all have their own duties.
Checks and balances come to mind.
Checks and balances. That's the really simplistic way to explain it. And that's exactly what it was supposed to be.
That's the best way I can do it.
I know. So it's something that the media doesn't even seem to be concerned about, and most people that I talk to don't seem to be concerned about. And there's this big...
Why isn't there an outrage?
There's this big, overwhelming feeling that I get of... What am I going to do? I don't want to complain about it all the time. I can't make a difference. And it's easier to just, they're going to lie, and so it's easier to just ignore it.
It's standard operating procedure. Why do anything? And that's what's killing us.
And the fact is, it is much easier to just sit back and go with the flow. Because really, chances are, it's not going to affect us.
In my everyday life.
That greatly anytime soon. I mean, if you care about things and you care about your children's future and their children's future, then you see the impact it has.
It kind of should.
You can see the impact that it could have, that it's had in every socialist country in the history of the world. It's never
there's
worked.
Some historical precedents for this. Socialism has failed across the board.
Here's the other thing. This is actually a clip from the State of the Union that I'm not hearing much about.
Oh,
and that's. Do you have something else?
No.
Okay.
I do, but I
all right. That's Obama's callback to gun control, and it goes right along with this whole who cares about the Constitution. not only the Second Amendment, but also, executive orders, and who cares where
Supreme Court
legislation
decisions
needs to come from.
Yeah.
Citizenship means standing up for the lives that gun violence steals from us each day. I've seen the courage of parents, students, pastors, police officers all over this country who say, we are not afraid. And I intend to keep trying, with or without Congress, to help stop more tragedies from visiting innocent Americans in our movie theaters and our shopping malls or schools like Sandy Hook.
Well,
all right.
Let's get rid of gun-free zones.
You know what? If you
those are state-sanctioned killing zones.
People like you and I, what we do is we stand up and we say we are not afraid. We know how to fix this problem. We want to get rid of. We want to stop these lives being lost from gun violence, being stolen from us. Of course we do. Especially, I don't mean especially, but it seems to be extra tragic when it's children, and it is, right? Because they're so young.
They're innocent.
At Sandy Hook, of course we want to protect them. You don't protect them by taking away their protection.
Which is what?
Firearms.
In the hands of? Criminals?
Police.
No. Police, maybe.
Yeah, no.
Or
anybody,
law-abiding citizens.
Any good person.
Yeah.
There's more good people than there are bad people.
I think slowly people are starting to realize that a little bit. I mean, I think people are starting to get it because we keep, not just us, but I mean the gun rights people keep pointing that out. Listen, these gun mass murder attacks take place in these so-called gun-free zones. Let's get rid of those, and some states are coming around to that, and maybe even here in our home state, Michigan, there's some legislation that's being bounced around trying to eliminate these gun-free zones. If people were allowed to carry firearms in schools and places where these happen, I think you'd see a dramatic drop in these mass killings. We have examples of that happening where good people with guns have stopped bad people from killing excessive amounts of people in these areas.
Yeah.
Churches is another example.
Yep.
Private property, it's hard to do it. A mall wants to ban guns, fine, but they can succumb to, pressures from the outside as well. These gun-free zones just don't work.
No gun-free zone has ever stopped a mass murder. Ever. I'd like to see some evidence that a gun-free zone has ever made somebody safer. I mean, now we're talking.
You can't do it.
We're talking something different than a secure facility. Even then, there's the problem. But it's a bit different when you have metal detectors, pat-downs, and armed security at the entrances. Even then, you have guns in there. In a school, almost all of the time, there's not a firearm in the school that could be used to protect any children.
Right.
There's nothing.
Whether it's staff or security or police.
Yeah.
None of them.
Sometimes there's a resource officer that's armed that, stands in the hall and does nothing.
But you know what you're finding? You're finding, and I know there's cases in Ohio and other states, in Texas, where they're allowing trained staff to carry firearms. And a lot of places now are leaving it up to the local school boards whether they want to allow them. And a lot of them are jumping on board.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I think we talked about it in Ohio. 20 or 30 school boards have now are going to allow staff and teachers to carry guns. And if they put signs out there, I think these crazy wackos are going to think twice before they go into a school where they know. No, you're looking at me like maybe. We don't know. But let's try it. I'm certainly going to bet on the fact that these teachers and staff are not going to be mass murderers in their schools. And if they start it and there's other people within their school, there's a checks and balance.
That's exactly right. That's the point. You're not going to stop these crazy people from going into schools or wherever. They'll still seek out the easy targets if they can, but then let's say there are no gun-free zones at all. They're still going... These people still want to do harm. They're still going to try. The difference is you'll actually have an effective means to stop it before you have 20 children dead. You may still have one or two casualties. I mean, that's the harsh reality. People are crazy.
The alternative, and I think this is what a lot of the socialists and the Democrats would love to see, outside of turning every school into a prison, where you have a 20-foot fence with barbed wire around the entire school, and you have every person that comes in and out of there strip searched or goes through some kind of metal detector or X-ray, and you completely make sure that no one comes in and out of the school. Short of that, you can't keep these schools safe.
And even then,
people
break in and out of prisons. People build.
People are murdered in prisons all the time.
Yeah.
But do we want to send that kind of message to our kids? Do we want an America that looks like the Soviet Union from 20 years ago and have, the Iron Curtain around every school? And think of the expense of that.
Yeah, right.
Astronomical.
All right, let's take a quick break. Come back. I want to talk about immigration a bit. What's his face here? Dictator guy. He talked about immigration in his speech. And
Messiah, Obama.
Maybe minimum wage we'll talk about. But we will be right back.
Red State Talk Radio.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s. But remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
Show with Nate and Brian. I do like fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
It's weird. You sound just like the guy.
That's odd. I'm a
really
mimic.
Are you a mimic?
I'm a mimic.
Do John Boehner.
and I'm holding my thumb up for Obama's entire speech.
Okay,
thumb up.
Okay, that's not what happened.
He
gave him thumbs up one time.
Well, I know, but it's really bad when
one time ever. No, look,
he's trying to kiss the ass of the Democrats. But come on,
okay.
I mean,
no,
you don't give a. And I can't remember what it was for.
It was
probably something about bypassing Congress or something.
No, it wasn't at all. It was about the American dream. It was one of the things when you realize that Obama
is there an American dream anymore?
Yes, when you realize that Barack Obama doesn't mean any of the crap that comes out of his mouth, then you say, yeah, that's bad. But if you just look at what he said, forget it's coming from him when he's talking about the American dream of making it with a father that's a baker, parents that run a little shop, and you grow up to be Speaker of the House. And I don't remember what John.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
but it was something like that. Like they ran a little mechanic shop, or they were a mechanic, or something like that. And he's Speaker of the House now.
Illegal
that's
immigrant.
What the thumbs
I don't
up
know.
was.
Something.
What do you do? What do you do? It was strategic.
So that's what it was.
It was strategic on Obama's part because now there's the picture of John Boehner giving him the thumbs up, right?
Yeah,
I mean, and John
classic.
Boehner is spineless. And I guess we can talk about immigration since we're talking about spineless because the Republicans, John
It would have
Boehner,
been better if he would have just, clapped and said, thanks for acknowledging, my
Yeah, but
my
Obama turned
stuff.
around and gave him his big ass annoying grin that he gives. Like,
I'll give a thumbs up.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe he could
have been another digit.
He could have just walked out too, maybe not shown up to it. That could have been a good,
that would have been poor
been
form.
a good move.
I mean, I think he has an obligation to be there.
That one congressperson,
unless
walked
it's a
out,
dictator.
Right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and there are
a few other people
threatening to file articles of impeachment. So good luck with that.
Yeah,
but,
good luck.
All right. I mean,
well,
I think it's valid.
Wasn't the Duck Dynasty guy there, the son with the red, white, and blue bandana across his forehead?
Yes.
He was invited.
Yes, he was. Yep, he was there.
I didn't see him jumping.
He was there.
Did they show him at all in the audience?
Yeah, well, they did before.
Really?
I don't know if they showed him
I can't
during.
imagine.
Now, he was there along with illegal aliens who were also in the audience. And it turns out, this is a really weird thing.
There were no
this
illegal aliens.
Weird thing.
There were no criminals other than Congress. There were no criminals in that session.
There were 535 felons, plus 2 more, plus the president. 538 felons in that entire place.
Are you telling me there were illegal aliens in that chamber?
Undocumented illegal immigrant aliens.
They're all
I like
they're
to
all
use
euphemism
all the words. I like to use all the words.
for
illegal
criminal.
aliens. Yes, yeah, they broke federal law. They are felons. They need to be, but now here's the thing. You know how Obama uses his pen and he just signs
in
executive orders? They may, and I don't know the answer to this, they may qualify under his last dictator thing with immigration where he did the DREAM Act and gave some kids of immigrants amnesty.
Yeah, they had to jump through a bunch of hoops.
So come on. No, they didn't have to jump through a bunch of hoops.
No,
they had
really,
to be
they
here and ask to be able to stay.
No, they had to.
Oh, give me a break.
Have some background checks, and they had to be here for so many years.
Did they have to be deported because they broke our laws? Because that's a hoop. They have to wait in line and not come to this country illegally before they just come here and get a job and a driver's license and vote for Democrats?
Wait a minute.
No.
I think
those are hoops. There are people jumping through hoops, waiting in line to do it legally right now. The kinds of people that we want in this country because they have something to offer. They have the skills, the knowledge that we could use in this country rather than coming here for cheap labor, which is what people like, the Chamber of Commerce. Are we
rewarding bad behavior? Is this like when your dog does something bad and you pet it and give it milk bones?
It is, but no dogs like milk bones. So stop giving your dog milk bones.
My dog loves milk bones,
it.
but
stop it.
My analogy stands.
Get a Himalayan bone and freeze dried liver treats. They're treats.
What they're doing is they're rewarding bad behavior.
Of course
they're saying,
are.
If you come in here and sneak in here and you stay under the radar for a certain amount of time and you don't get in trouble, you get citizenship.
No. Come on.
What?
Or if you do get in trouble, do you remember all of the illegals that were released because of the sequester that were in prison and they just let them out? Because
they didn't even
because
deport
of the sequester. No, of course they didn't. Now they're
running amok on among us?
It's not only rewarding bad behavior that's
out in
already
society
occurred,
right now.
What it's doing is encouraging those people that are waiting in line to just come. I mean, why not just come to this country? Because if you jump the line, come here illegally, and then amnesty's passed, you're going to have a head start.
It works at the movie theaters.
Why would you wait? It does work at the movie theaters until you get caught. And what happens when you get caught? They put you at the back of the line or throw you out.
Or sometimes they give you a bag of popcorn.
Do they? I don't know that they do.
I don't know that
they say,
do.
hey, here's a job and a driver's license and a voter ID. By the way, we registered you Democrat.
And here are some benefits and some health care. And your kids go to school for free and they get free lunches.
So it's all about voter base for the Democrats. That's why they want illegals to come in. Because they know that they can give them enough free stuff.
It's funny you should say that because we have some polling data that supports that. There's been lots of
we
polls.
Polled our live studio audience right before
not
the show.
Ours. These are Harris poll, Gallup poll,
okay. Yeah, all right.
the Dewey Decimal poll. All of the major polls have been out there, and so we have some data.
Hands move.
What's that? The Dewey Decimal.
The Dewey Decimal.
Yeah, here, I'm doing it right now.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Look at that. Look at that.
All right.
I'm dotting. Right there.
All right, let's go.
All right. Harris poll, for instance, says that 81% of native-born citizens think that schools should teach students to be proud to be an American, native-born. But only 50% of naturalized U.S. citizens think that we should teach kids to be proud to be an American. 67% of native-born Americans believe our Constitution is a higher legal authority than international law. But only 37% of naturalized citizens agree to that. The two largest immigrant groups are Hispanics and Asians, right? They have little in common culturally, economically, historically, politically, but they both overwhelmingly support big government. I wonder why. They support Obamacare, affirmative action, and they support our little devil, gun control. There was a national Asian American survey. 40% of the general public holds a favorable opinion of Obamacare. 42% are unfavorable. 51% of Asians have a favorable opinion of Obamacare. 18% an unfavorable one. Koreans support Obamacare by 57% to 17%. Overall, of all immigrants, 69% like Obamacare. I wonder why. I don't. It's because they get they support it because they don't know anything about it. I mean, that's part of the issue. Well, they don't understand it.
What they do know about it was the propaganda that they got when they were back in their home country.
Right, and
our government was playing on their television.
I'll see when they like it when they're charged $150 a month minimum premium
or denied care.
Well, I don't know how they can be denied care.
People have already been turned away because
they're getting free care now.
Oh, come on!
They can go to the emergency room and they can get stuff done.
Whatever. All right. That's a whole nother discussion. But
well,
I wonder what these numbers were like if they had done this poll before the big immigration reform, where we decided to have quotas by country.
When was that? Because some of these are 2 to 3 years old. Polls.
Oh no!
You're talking
60s maybe.
Oh,
and I can't remember
you're
who
talking
did it.
about.
Was it Johnson?
It was.
It might be LBJ that actually.
I think it was Johnson.
Remember. So before that, we actually were like, "Hey, we have a need for this certain scientist. Do you have those skills? Oh, you do. Okay, let's interview you. Okay, yeah, you'd fit in. We need your skills. Come on in."
Because
but now we
want them to provide a benefit.
Now
to
we
our
have
society.
quotas for countries. The number of people from each country, and we have to take so many from third world countries, which are people coming from communist states that are used to everything being given to them. It's not to say that none of them want to work or want to earn what they have, but they've grown up with it, and they come here and they're like, oh, it's the same thing. It's comfortable. It's easy. Who turns away a free lunch?
Well, here's the scary stuff, and I'm almost done here, and you can stop rolling your eyes. You like capitalism, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it works. I mean, it's not perfect, but it has gotten us where we're at pretty well, right? Encourages innovation, new technology, American dream.
Growth.
Here we go. This is the Pew Research Center, found that Hispanics take a dimmer view of capitalism than even people who describe themselves as liberal Democrats, while 47% of self-described liberal Democrats hold a negative view of capitalism. 55% of Hispanics view it negatively. 27% of Hispanics support gun control, compared to 57% of non-Hispanic whites. And 75% of Hispanic immigrants and 55% of Asian immigrants support bigger government even after 3 generations in our country, where the general public opposes bigger government by 48%. So and these are the kind of people that are coming into our country that are being courted by the Democrats and by the socialists and by the communists. They want these people in here because they tend to vote Democratic. Now, I'm not saying that immigration's bad. I'm not saying that at all. And people have the right to any view they want. But I don't know that socialism and communism is the right way for our government to go. And to stack the deck, which is what they're trying to do.
I know that it's
with these
not.
Voters. Yeah. I agree.
This real quick, we're going to have to go to a break. But Obama, during his speech, when he was talking about immigration, right? Well, and he's talking about the minimum wage, and he's talking about we need to have schools and programs to teach people how to work because private industry can't do that, even though it's been doing it for years. He talks about businesses looking for work, going to these state ready for work programs, and having lines of people that are trained and ready to work for these companies. So if we have big pools of people looking for jobs because we have huge unemployment numbers, shipping people in from other countries that are low-skilled workers, what's it going to do to the people that are already here looking for jobs?
Right.
I mean, it's a voter thing for sure. I think that's a huge part of it.
And
how's that going to help unemployment?
It's just disheartening for the people that are already here.
And on top of that, you want to raise the minimum wage and make it even harder for those low-skilled workers to get jobs, because if you're paying $20 an hour for someone to flip burgers, you're going to hire someone that's pretty damn good at flipping burgers. You're not going to hire the high school kid or the kid just out of college that needs a burger flipping job.
Well, are you?
Or you're going to automate it.
Or you're not. Or automate it.
Or hire nobody.
And the idea is that you have to pass that cost on to the consumer at some point. Listen, I don't care what you say. A guy who owns a McDonald's, his profit margin is not that great. You know, he's not making tons and tons of money running that restaurant. He's making his payroll. He's paying his bills. He's, got a salary for himself. He's not making millions of dollars stuffing it in his pocket.
Yeah, it's not like he can just take a little less profit to pay people more. That's not how it works.
It's razor thin.
Yep.
So, anyways, let's take a break.
248-455-ODDS, Facebook.com/@OddShow, @OddShow.com. We'll be right back.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
We're back. You're listening to At Odds. I'm Brian.
And I am Nate.
Let's say, we like to make things a little light and funny once in a while, don't we?
Well, what we mostly like to do is explain how we like to make things light and funny.
Yeah, and I'm gonna spend 5 minutes now explaining how we
Attention,
do
everybody!
that.
Attention, everybody! We're going to do something funny.
Yeah. We don't have to do that because we have other people that make funny stuff for us.
We do much more successful people than us.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. He's got a late night talk show.
Yeah,
right?
and he
pretty successful.
He played a pre-recorded clip.
He does a sort of a man in the street interview, and what I loved is
he doesn't. His people do.
His people. He's got people to do that.
He does,
and he pays them $10 an hour. In line with what the president wants to pay.
I think we should just play it, and keep in mind, this was the night before the State of the Union address.
Right, this is before, and the person asked him, how did you like the State of the Union address?
What did you think of President Obama's State of the Union address last night?
It had different effects on different people.
It did.
And I just feel those effects affect everybody. Like you just got to stay positive.
Effects.
Not focus on the negative.
Where were you when you watched it?
In a hotel room.
And did you watch it with anyone?
With my wife.
And what did she think of it?
Well, she was pretty much nodding off and sleeping.
Did you think that there was too much product placement in the State of the Union?
Yeah, that kind of surprises me. Kind of cheapens politics a little bit.
Because they're not cheap.
Right.
Who lied more last night, the president or you?
Who?
I'm asking you.
Probably me.
What did you lie about?
The fact that I saw all of it, because I was nodding off.
So did you see any of it?
Oh, I saw most. No, I'd say half of it.
So you're not lying about seeing half of it?
No.
Okay, so what did you think about Obama faking the heart attack at the end?
Yeah, another person.
I think that was more for shock value.
Yeah, because you couldn't tell.
Sympathy or what have you, but just to...
I mean, yeah, he did get shocked when they brought that defibrillator.
Exactly.
What did you think of President Obama?
Exactly.
What did you... Oh, come on. He didn't know what to say because she's like, what do you think about the fake heart attack? Oh, it was for show, not for the... Because,
And I like the middle guy there, who's lying here?
Well, I saw probably most...
half of it,
In a hotel room, my wife was sleeping.
Why do people do that?
I don't know.
I mean, they put a microphone in their face and they want to sound smart and intelligent, I guess. They're going to be on TV, so they don't want to admit that they didn't watch it. Right? I mean, because then you're not really...
Now, do you think those people actually watched it the next night just in case they were interviewed again?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not.
But they would have lied about it again.
Right, they probably would have.
That was a crazy tie. It's like something I'd wear to bingo with my grandma just to be silly.
Actually, I liked his tie. It was a nice blue tie.
Obama's tie?
Yeah, I got to get a tie like that. It's nice, shiny.
Matched Biden's.
I like Biden's was kind of a green, kind of.
Did you like?
He had the black suit with a white shirt and the sort of greenish.
What was he doing? He had like an envelope that he would write on and then set it on the floor next to him. Then he picked it up and put it on the other side next to him.
That had anthrax in it.
I was wondering what he was doing. I didn't know. John Boehner passed out. I haven't heard from him since.
Yeah. The vice president was, I don't know, taking notes. I don't think he was taking notes.
Unless he was passing notes to people behind him.
Maybe it was a bag of popcorn.
I don't know. It might have been popcorn.
Ooh, then that'd be good. They're sitting back there and just eating popcorn, going, nom. I like popcorn.
And doing the throwing it at Obama.
He turns around, catches it in his mouth, like a seal.
I don't think he likes popcorn.
Seal. Who?
Obama.
I bet he eats popcorn.
No way.
He does too.
No,
you know why?
He doesn't eat popcorn.
Because it's... Never mind.
He doesn't eat popcorn.
I bet he does.
I don't know. Whatever. Let's stop talking about the State of the Union, though.
Well, there's nothing else to talk about. Oh, wait a minute. We have a few things here. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Silly regulations? A couple of those. We had a couple minutes.
No one's seen this stuff, so...
Texas requires every new computer repair
This is gonna be
technician
good.
to obtain a private investigator's license or face a $4,000 fine.
Well, not everyone.
Now, I got to think that the computer repair technician businesses that are established grandfathered themselves in and encourage that.
Well, I would hope so.
You need a 4-year degree in criminal justice to get a private eye license.
Well, or training. You don't
or
need a
3
4-year
years
degree,
working
but come
under
on.
a private eye.
No. Look, you say that they were grandfathered in. They were probably grandfathered in the same way as everybody who had insurance before Obamacare took effect was grandfathered in.
You won't
to
lose
where
your grandfathering.
You can keep your non-private investigation business if you like it.
Well, they did that to the interior designers that had to get a license. The interior designers in Dallas went and they said, we want you to implement this law that says new interior designers have to have this license, but we're exempt.
Well,
that cuts down on competition.
But they and that's called cronyism. Is what that's
called. That's fine. That's politics as usual. It's wrong.
No, it's not fine.
No, it's not fine. Right, it's wrong. I said it's wrong. Listen to me.
You said it's fine, it's wrong. Nobody knows what the hell you're saying.
Right, it's fine, it's wrong. It's finally wrong.
That's not what you said.
Finally wrong. Thank
Words
God
mean
it's
things.
wrong.
It's a pancake.
Finally, it's gone. It's not. I'll shoot you in the kidney. Philadelphia requires bloggers to purchase a $300 business license to blog. You were saying during the break, well, that's fine. It's a business. They make money.
No,
one lady made $11.
No,
you said it's
bull
absolutely
crap.
fine.
No.
And I encourage
Shut your mouth. What
I encourage
I was saying the fine's not nearly high enough. Is what I was saying. No, you tried to tell me it was a First Amendment issue. That blogging is a First Amendment thing, and in general, blogging is. And the speech, they're not charging her for the speech. It's a business license.
Yeah, if you make money from that
it's
speech.
It's a business.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's the same thing.
Then it's perfectly fine to charge $300
No, it isn't. Business licenses
a year for a license.
Why do you have to have your business licensed?
It gets worse.
I can't just sell my products
and
not have a license.
Listen.
It's like that 11-year-old girl with the cupcake business. She didn't have a license, probably not inspected by the health.
They kicked her butt to the street, man.
Yeah,
They
I
said,
know.
Get out of town.
You can't.
You got to have a bakery storefront, or you have to have a separate kitchen.
Yeah,
and her mom and dad says, "Well, we're already giving her a little refrigerator space here. we can't afford. We can't afford a separate kitchen.
You're gonna have to get another job."
Oh my goodness, this poor little girl. They are squashing the American dream. They're squashing the. Didn't we used to have like the JCs, right? The junior achievers and the junior business groups in high school and all this, teaching people how to put together a business, come up with a business proposal, come up with a product and sell it? Not anymore.
This girl
not anymore.
May have invented the next
great
innovative cupcake. And we may be missing out on that because of
we'll never know
regulation.
Now. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Let's see, Louisiana. They're making they're making the poor monks in Louisiana. I didn't know there were monks in Louisiana.
Well, there's a few of them.
There can't be many in Louisiana. I got to think they're mostly Christian monks, and that's Buddhism. So I don't think there's many in Louisiana, which is one of the states that has the most schools that teach creationism. But that's another issue. They have to become a fully licensed funeral director, turn their monasteries into funeral homes before they can put together homemade wooden caskets and sell them. I think that's wrong. Even worse is this little town, Lake Elmo in Minnesota. You can't sell pumpkins or Christmas trees that are grown outside the city limits the city limits.
And you can't grow pumpkins inside the city limits.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do?
I don't know about that. $1,000 fine, 90 days in jail if you sell a pumpkin. Let's say you live on the city line and your neighbor is on the outskirts and you're on the inskirts and they're growing pumpkins and they sell you one. You're going to jail.
Well, you're not, but they. It doesn't say anything.
Damn it! Somebody's going to jail for 90 days. Listen, I get this a lot in Lake Michigan. I put my nets out and I catch whales.
Okay.
If this poor guy,
but you call the authorities, to handle it. Right?
I don't. I shoot the whale and I just let my nets go. But this guy in Massachusetts, I don't sell the blubber. I sell the
seems like a waste of a net.
I sell the bones to make
there you
corsets.
Go. Yeah, all right. No, that's
like
good.
they did in the 1850s. Anyways, this judge gave this guy, a fisherman, $500 fine because his whale got tangled up in his nets, and he worked to get the whale out of his damn nets. And you can't do that because he didn't call the proper authorities that are the net untangling experts.
The net removal agency.
There's a union for that. It's the UGHW something or other.
I'm sure there is a union for that.
Now,
maybe not specifically for that, but something like the SEIU
in Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee is a Democratic.
Should have called a geologist.
Why? For whaling? Milwaukee.
Not whaling. Whaling is wrong.
No, whaling is not wrong.
Oh, come on. It's terrible.
No. Anyways,
tastes good.
I was robbed by a whale once. I have no love for whales. I understand they're mammals that are like fish, and it's very confusing for people.
It's confusing.
But this guy rolled me. I was on Oceana Avenue. Oceana.
All right, get on with it.
All right, Milwaukee, which is a bastion of capitalism in
Kentucky, right?
Yeah. The police chief wants to shoot people that open carry guns and everything else. Let's say because of all the regulations, you're going out of business. You have to get a special license to go out of business in Milwaukee, and you have to every day submit to the city how much stuff you sold and everything that you sell. $1,000 worth of inventory. You have to pay $2 to the city.
Well, yeah, that's because when you go out of business, there's going to be a time period where the spot your business was in is going to be empty, and the city won't be getting tax money, and they need to make that up somehow. I know a city very, 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 very close to where I live that you have to apply for a going out of business license.
Really?
And I don't know if there's any cost or anything, but it's still a hassle. You still have to file paperwork with the government and say, I'm going out of business.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Let's take a really quick break.
We have
This
to.
one's going to be quick. Facebook.com/@oddshow. You can email Brian at @oddshow.com and tell him how darn funny he is. We'll be right back.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you frustrated with your current job, not making the type of money that you know you are worth? Is it time for a change? Start earning money working from home with Autopilot Marketing. Go to income28.com now. That's income, the number 28.com. Take our free video tour today and start earning money as early as next week. Go to income28.com. That's income, the number 28.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s. But remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
Mm-hmm. Guns, guns, guns. I love guns.
It's funny how you sound just like that guy.
I don't sound like that guy.
It's funny. We've just got like a couple minutes left.
All right, real quick.
Missouri.
Show me state.
They want to do the
Courtney
Hail Hitler. Whatever.
Yeah, Hail Hitler. Courtney Allen Curtis, who has a lot of time on her hands
and a lot of names,
and she's proposed.
She has 3 first names,
and it's gone through a couple of committees. They want to make the high five the official greeting of the Missouri, of the state of Missouri. High five, baby. They want people to do a high five as they're going down the street.
Yeah.
Show me, show me, show me. I mean, really? They've got nothing else to worry about in Missouri that they got to come up with.
Okay, now hold on.
Hold high five.
Here. This is where I find people a little off. Would you rather they focus on something else and write legislation for something else?
Like
anything.
You can't shoot big feet?
Do you want them to write legislation?
That's on shooting big feet?
If they want to waste their time, and they're going to be paid no matter what because we can't just get a part-time Congress, why not let them waste their time on the official state salute?
I guess, right. It's
they're not enacting gun control.
It's the
I mean, they might be in this bill.
This is the less harm.
So, yeah,
less harm. Let them keep busy with the high-fiving.
Got a minute. You mentioned...
As opposed to shooting Bigfoot.
You mentioned Bigfoot.
Rick Dyer. He's
proven fact.
In
he
Arizona.
Shot Bigfoot.
Well, he claims...
Proven fact.
He claims he shot a Bigfoot.
Did he have a hunting license?
He doesn't need one because according to Steve Lightfoot from the Texas Parks and Wildlife...
Lightfoot... Okay.
He says, we can't prohibit anyone from hunting fictional characters.
You sure his name's not Gordon?
It's not Gordon, it's Steve. It's his cousin.
All right, yeah, all right.
We can't give licenses for fictional characters like Sasquatch,
Bugs Bunny.
Chara, unicorns,
Chupacabras,
and other urban myths.
Right. Well, no.
So you can shoot Bigfoot in Texas. Now this guy is going to have a.
That's really interesting.
He's going to have a display. You will be able to pay money and go in and see his Bigfoot on display. Now keep in mind that the last Bigfoot he claims to have shot, he showed a picture of it in his freezer, and it was a gorilla suit. So he's not even very good at scamming people. So God only knows what he's going to have.
It's going to be awesome. But I'll tell you what, I pre-ordered tickets.
Listen, if you're in San Antonio, or wait a minute, listen, especially outside San Antonio, okay.
If you're in the United States, it's worth the trip. Again, I pre-ordered tickets.
February 6th in Flagstaff, Arizona. You can go and see
there.
a real Bigfoot.
$100 a shot.
I have no idea how much he's charging.
All right, well, we are out of time. AdOddShow.com, Facebook.com/AdOddShow. Check out our book, MyParentsOpenCarry.com. We'll see you next week.
All right, bye-bye.